Should you really have a podcast? What's the point? Well, I'm going to explain it all today on Innovative Entrepreneurs.
Are you ready to think big and act bold? Then you are in the right place. This is Innovative Entrepreneurs, a podcast that will bring you the stories, insights, and tips from some of the most successful and innovative entrepreneurs in the world. I am your host, Erica Bailey, and I am here to help you start, scale, and sustain your own entrepreneurial journey. Let's get started.
We've got some insights where we explore innovative ways to boost your brand. Today, we are diving deep into why podcasting could be your next big move. So here are some interesting statistics I found. We really can't tell just by Googling, right, how many brands have actually launched their own podcast. However, it's evident from the sources cited that trends of brands creating in-house podcasts are a part of their marketing strategy is on the rise. So what is that saying? Marketing directors and CMOs of large-scale businesses are looking at this, right? Your competitors of small family businesses are looking at this. So it's something we need to look at. It's actually becoming most popular among e-commerce brands, retailers, notable companies like, Slack and Shopify and GE. They produce their own products. I think the growth in branded podcasts is driven by desire to engage audiences, authentic or intimate. That's why I do it. Leveraging this growing podcast listener base, which reportedly is 120 million people. That's 120 million people you can reach. I guarantee you some of them are interested in what you have to say. So here's some interesting tidbits that I got. As of October 2023, there are 460,000 active podcasts currently on Apple alone. It is clearly evident from sources from Google that the trend of brands creating these in-house podcasts as a part of their marketing strategies are truly on the rise. This approach is becoming increasingly popular, especially with e-commerce, retailers, and even notable companies like Slack, Shopify, GE, how they produce their own products. So one thing to note, I think everybody needs to understand is that listening times can significantly vary. Some people may listen to 7 hours of a podcast a day while they're, in the background or cleaning, or I know that my husband can listen to a podcast all day, all night, for days at a time. Once he starts engaging with one, he just enjoys the show. So there are the individuals listening for the long term, and then there are the individuals that are listening for 3-6 minutes. Trends in podcast consumption can shift. So it's something that I guess when you're looking at your numbers, keep that in mind. But here's the thing. Whether you like podcasting or not, whether you enjoy listening to them, if that is where your audience is, if that is where your avatar or your buyer persona or whatever you want to call them, if that's where they are, that's where you should be. And if your competition isn't already there, then go and start it. So anyway, that's my introduction. I actually have different approaches that I'm going to give you today, things to know, why you should have podcasts. Okay. In this digital world, right? Whole new world. It's filled with ads and automated responses. Authenticity is a breath of fresh air, right? And so podcasts, and if you've been listening to mine, you'll know it offers a unique platform. I'm able to share my stories. I'm able to talk to some of the most amazing and brilliant minds from all over the world We're able to share our expertise and our failures and how we failed forward and got back up. It shows the human side of my brand, which is CWG Digital, and allows me to kind of create my own personality as innovative entrepreneurs. I want to know people, right? I want to create that authentic connection. And I hope that my listeners are getting value from it and are able to make that authentic connection back with us. So, concept number 2. Did you know that podcast listeners are among the most engaged audiences out there? They choose to listen, and often during times when other media can't reach them. So, like driving, like working out, like, cleaning the house. I had mentioned this before. What this dedicated listening means is they're more willing to hear your message, be open to it, and again, engage with your brand. So understand who you're talking to and make sure that audience is getting the information that they need, right? Talk to them. A big one is you got to stand out of the crowd, man. If you are going to be a host, you have got to be a host. There are a ton of podcasts out there, like we mentioned earlier. I'm going to pull something while we're talking because I've heard an interesting statistic that most podcasters don't get past 100. And that's when you know you're going to win or lose. I don't really believe in a win or a lose, but I think you understand what I'm saying. So back to where I was going from, stand out, right? There is a sea of brands vying for attention. Your podcast could actually be a lighthouse, right? If you're focusing on niche topics or sharing expert insights or simply just being entertaining, right? Your podcast can highlight what makes your brand unique, right? It's not just about being heard. It's about being remembered. So there you have it. Authenticity, engagement, and distinction. These are 3 compelling reasons why starting a podcast can significantly enhance your brand's visibility and connection with your audience. Well, as I wrap this up, I have to actually say thank you for listening to my podcast. I wish you good luck. Of course, I'm happy to help if you need any advice or suggestion on how to start your own podcast. You can find me, message me, send a DM to my page. Yeah, I'm everywhere. They'll make sure the notes are in the show notes. But I hope I helped. I hope I brought you value. As always, thank you. We'll talk to you later.
Wow, what a great episode. I hope you had as much fun as I did. If you want more of this goodness, make sure you subscribe so that you get notifications for future podcasts. And if you found value from this, please share it with others. You can visit our website at cwgdigital.com. This is Erica Bailey. I am your host, and I will see you next time.